guys, Tommy Bryson here, and the first thing I want to say before I even start here is this one thing right here, guys, and it's that, all these 7 habits that changed my life, I want to say that they're all backed up by science, because I've seen some videos on YouTube talking about, hey, I love my habits, they make so much sense, but in reality, they don't really make any sense. For example, this one person, I won't say their name, but this one person loved to read books, but before they read the books, they smell the books. It sounds like this, I'm going to read this book, but before I read it, oh my God. Yeah, this is the one right here. You can do whatever you want, guys, but that's just not my thing. And hopefully my habits help you in some way, but smelling books is not one of my habits, okay? Okay, let me put this down. But smelling books is not one of my habits. Now, the first thing is this, guys. Let's start off with a simple habit, and that habit is to destroy and also like the video, okay? On top of that, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified, and that way everything is right in the universe. And now the first habit I want to talk about is basically waking up early, but also sleeping early, but most importantly, making sure you do this at the same time every single day. And the science behind this right here, guys, is called the circadian rhythm. Basically, the inner clock inside of your body that tells you exactly when it's time to do something. For example, if you ever had a job or been at work, when you get that feeling that, hey, it's about to be time to go, you look at the clock, and then boom, it's 5 p.m., it's time to go home. That's your inner clock, and that's why you have to sleep at the same time every day to build up that habit of saying like, hey, it's time to sleep, it's time to wake up, and then boom, it takes less effort every single time you want to do it. And here's what I do, guys. Every single morning, I wake up at around 4:55 a.m., and I also sleep at around 9:15 p.m., and latest is around 10 p.m. every single night. Now, this gives me around 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night, which makes me feel pretty great. And although it sounds very simple, guys, it took me a very long time to do this, because before this, I was sleeping at around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and also 6 a.m., and it took me a while to get my circadian rhythm to actually balance out and go back to normal. Now, here's what I do, guys, to actually make sure every morning when I wake up, I actually wake up and don't hit the snooze button. The first thing is this, guys. I put my phone across from my room, so not next to my bed, across from my room, and I put it down, so that way every time the phone rings, I have to get up and go get it. Now, next to my phone, I always have this big jug of water, and it's usually very cold because, again, I do live in New York City, and I drink it. Now, what this does, guys, is basically it hydrates my body, because basically you've been sleeping for 8 hours with no water, dehydrated. Now, once you drink the water, your body hydrates, and now you are awake. So, by the way, guys, the reason I got 7 hours and 8 hours of sleep is because I tested it out. I tried 6 hours. I almost died, to be honest with you. So, 8 hours and 7 hours is around my sweet spots, and that is why I sleep at that time. So, if you want to try it out, test it out. And on top of that, if you do need some extra help, I recommend getting this book right here. It's called the Sidekick Journal, and it's on Amazon. And I also recommend another book called The Miracle Morning. It's also on Amazon, and here it is right here. By the way, I'm not affiliated, but they're great books that help me every single morning get up on time and follow my routine. And now the second habit I developed, guys, is that I exercise in the morning, not in the afternoon or at nighttime. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. But I basically exercise only in the morning, and here's why, guys. The science is basically called willpower. Willpower is the ability to do something, say yes or say no during the day, and scientists believe that the will to actually do something goes down and deteriorates throughout the day when you say yes and no to something every single time. For example, if I came to you at 9 a.m. and said like, hey bro, you want some pizza? Nah, I'm good, I have a diet. But if I came to you at 10 p.m. after work, you're tired, you worked out, everything has been done. You're like, hey bro, you know what? I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's eat some pizza, watch a movie. That's what happens right there. But in the morning, you have more power, more willpower to actually say no to those things. And that's why every single morning, the first thing I do is I go straight to the gym and I work out, because if I wait until the nighttime, I probably won't go. And if I do go, my workout will be trash. And by the way, guys, this is only 15 pounds. So obviously I can lift it. So I was just kidding with you guys, okay? But let me just put it down just so I can focus on the video right now, okay? And now, guys, the third thing I do is I make a to-do list, and I have no more than 3 tasks per day to actually accomplish. Tell me, that sounds lazy. You have nothing to do. The answer is no. The science behind this is called the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, and it basically means that what you want to do is focus on the tasks that bring the most results, and usually, according to science, by the way, not me, usually only 20% of what you do gives you 80% of most of your results. So what I like to focus on is on the 20% and get those things done and then get 80% of the results every single time. And here's what I do, guys. Every single day, I write down 3 things I have to get done in the day. By the way, I know you can't read this. It's terrible writing. Don't make fun of me. People say I should be a doctor, but in reality, I think my handwriting is beautiful, okay? My mom said so, so don't make fun of me at all. But the point is, I only write down 3 tasks and I get these things done because, again, the Pareto principle says only 20% of the things you do give you 80% of the results. So I don't try to be like, hey, let me put in 20 tasks here and get done like 2, but then it doesn't make any sense because you spend 20 hours on emails. Again, just don't do that stuff, okay? Only 3 tasks is what I do, and maximum is always maybe like 5. And that's about it. And now, guys, the 4th thing I do does involve my to-do list and also my black book, so here it is again. But what I do is basically I add an extreme deadline to whatever goal I'm trying to do that day. Now, the most important thing is this, guys. Number 4, I always do my most important task first. Not second, not third, not last, first. And here's why. And the science is basically, guys, Parkinson's law, which basically means whatever work you have to do will expand based on the time you actually have to complete it. So for example, guys, if I have 3 tasks to do every single day, I might say, for example, well, I'm going to take the entire day to actually get it done. But no, what I do is this, guys. I add Parkinson's law, which means that I basically add a crazy deadline to get everything done, and that way everything is done much quicker and much faster. For example, guys, if you guys don't believe me here, I literally had this problem where if I had a paper due or a PowerPoint presentation, whatever it was, they would give me 3 weeks, and literally the day before it was due, that's the day I would do it and get the entire thing done. And that was the entire thing, okay? So what I do is this, guys. I always add a crazy timer to whatever task I'm doing, and I used to do this all the time. I only did 1 video a day for YouTube, okay? And that took me around almost the entire day to actually get done. But now, because of the deadlines, I gave myself 2 to 3 hours. Well, guess what? I make around, guess how much videos? I make around 3 videos per day because I use Parkinson's law and also the 80-20 rule in conjunction. And for this, you can basically thank my black book right here. By the way, all this stuff is on Amazon. I'm gonna link it down below, and that way you guys can find it very easily. By the way, everything, including the books, is gonna be on Amazon, link down below also. Now, the 5th thing I do is kind of like random, but I do have to include it here because it is a big habit that changed my life also, and that is I now eat breakfast, okay? I eat breakfast, guys. I'm sorry, I'm human. But to be honest, when I was like around 7 years old till now, 22, I never had any breakfast. It was kind of like, you know what? I don't want to have it. It's a waste of time. And I don't believe the hype of like, you know, it's the most important meal. But in reality, I was wrong. And the science also disproved me because, again, you know, eating in the morning means that you eat less calories during the day. And on top of that, gives you an energy boost to actually complete all the tasks you want to get done. And that's why now I eat in the morning. I eat around 7 a.m. and I don't eat again until 12 p.m. And I couldn't do that without actually having breakfast. And before doing this, guys, I was actually eating all the time at my desk because I never really ever felt full. But now breakfast makes me feel full. Makes me feel full, okay? Now, what I like to eat is basically I make myself an omelet, I make myself a bagel, 2 sausages, and I call it a day. Very basic, very fast breakfast, and that is all I do. And I also add peppers to my omelets to make it even more fancy. There you go. And now, number 6, guys, the 6th habit here is going to seem like it doesn't make any sense, but in reality, it makes a lot of sense. And that is actually, I ignore everything while I'm actually working. It sounds kind of like, okay, common sense, Tommy, but in reality, it's not really common. And here's why, guys. By the way, the science behind this is called Flow by Mihaly. And the basic idea is basically what you want to do, you know, when you're working and you actually enjoy your task, it feels like, you know, time just pauses and everything is like, you know, in like pause mode, and you're like working and you're like focus, and then boom, it's like 8 p.m. like what just happened? Well, that's called flow. The state where you feel like everything around you is in pause and you can only focus on your work. However, how are you supposed to concentrate when you have your phone ding, 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 Instagram, YouTube, everyone is trying to like get your attention. So what I like to do is I ignore everything and I put everything on pause while I'm working, and that way I have 0 interruptions and I use flow to my advantage. And it feels like when I'm making a video like this one, it might be 25 minutes, but it feels like 1 minute to actually get it done because, again, I have 0 distractions around me. And you might be saying to yourself, Tommy, I have emails to answer, people to get back to, I'm a busy person. The answer is I get that, but in reality, what I do is this, okay? I do answer emails, and I do it twice a day during my break time around 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And I only answer around like 30 minutes. That's about it. And then I answer again around 7 p.m. Now, the way I do this is very simple, okay? I added a feature to my Gmail, my Outlook, and everything around me. And that way, I only get emails during the time I want them to come in. Once I get them, I answer the important ones and I call it a day. Now, and also guys, one more thing I did was I cut out social media during the day, and on top of that, I no longer use my phone while I'm working. And this is called a screen time saver feature in your iPhone. And guess what guys, I used to use my phone, kind of embarrassing here, I used to use my phone 8 to 9 hours per day. And now I'm only down to 3 to 4 hours every single day. If you don't believe me, so as you can see guys right here, around February, I was averaging around 8 hours every single day on my phone like it was my full-time job, and it's not, okay? And now, literally now, this week, I'm averaging around 4 hours every single day, and that is a huge change for me. And now I'm gonna shoot for like 3 hours, 2 hours, but the whole point is this little machine right here in your hand is very addictive. So I got rid of it by limiting everything. And all you have to do is literally go to your settings on your iPhone and go to the screen time feature and then click that, and then you can switch in everything right from that application right there. By the way, there are also a ton of YouTube videos on this, so check that out if you want to also. Now, the last and final thing that I do, my last habit here, is not as fancy as you probably think it is, to be honest. And that is every single day I give my time a rest time, okay? A time to actually have fun and enjoy myself and listen to some music. By the way, I love jazz and blues, okay? I love that stuff, okay? I don't know what to tell you, I just love it. I'm like an old soul living in a young body, all right? Now, guys, what I do is this, guys, and here's why I do it, and here's the science behind this. The answer is, it's called The Habit, okay? And the answer is, guys, I read a book called The Power of Habit, which was done by scientists, so everything is proven here again. And the entire idea is that a habit works like this. You have a cue, you have a routine, and then you have a reward. Very basic stuff, okay? So you feel like doing something, you do the entire action, and then boom, you get a reward. So what I do is this, guys. When I wake up, I work, and get everything done that I have to, and then around 6 to 9 p.m., I only have fun. Now, what happens there is that when I wake up, that's my cue, my routine is my entire workday, and then the reward is the end of the day when I can sit down, listen to music, watch a movie, and do whatever I want. Now, guys, hopefully this video helped you in some way, because that's basically all I have for you. But if you haven't liked the video just yet, well, get accustomed to it and build a habit by clicking like right now. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video right here, make sure to also click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you get notified every single day, because I do post videos on YouTube every single day. And on top of that, if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, uno, just DM me on Type Bryson. And if you also want to watch a video on my full morning routine, watch this video right here. Click my face right here to also start doing right now. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.